that the kind of house lights will stay up, as it were. We've had a bit of an issue with a glitch in the hotel's lights. If they do go out, these ones will still stay on. We'll never go to blackout, and I will get them fixed up as soon as possible. There's also won't be any sudden loud noises. You're more than welcome to leave and come back during the hour if you need to, and it's a relaxed attitude to sound and movement from the audience for the benefit of people who would struggle to stay still and silent for an hour. You don't look like you need a hearing loop headset, but if you need that kind of thing, the person you'd ask, I'll be just over there. I'm Chloe. And I will now hand over to Reese, who is our GM for the hour.
Woo! Thank you very much. My name is Reese, and I'm the Games Master right up until 10 o'clock tonight. What is this? What are we doing? We are playing a tabletop role-playing game. And what that means is these wonderful, wonderful individuals around me play their own special and unique characters with their own abilities and traits and personalities that they can apply to the world. Wigglebottom.
And I do, frequently.
I, as the Games Master, control the rest of the world. I control their allies, the people they meet on drunken nights out, the enemies they fight, the seas they sail upon, and the islands they explore. To catch you up, as we have over 150 hours of backstory, I am so sorry.
Most of the hour is just the backstory.
It's not. Our wonderful players are crew members upon the Spirit of the Horizon, a scientific research vessel that was sent to investigate an island that seemingly appeared overnight. Whilst doing so, they awakened a great old god. Whoa. And a tablet.
I can hear the gods.
I'm going home, it's too real.
It's too real. Okay, so in a last-ditch attempt to escape this god, they read a spell upon a tablet they didn't truly understand, and it has thrust them into a new reality. With new lands to explore, new species to discover, new social structures to understand, their main mission is to get home. We pick up our adventurers after being set the mission to investigate the disappearance of the head of a religious order. He disappeared 10 years ago, and since then, every initiate that has gone through the ceremony has died, apart from one, who is currently sailing them to an island where multiple of the initiates have washed up. They're also incredibly hungover after having a night of revelry where they
Would rather not talk about it.
They'd rather not talk about it.
Lots went down.
That troll
And
lady
that's
certainly did.
where we pick up. Starting with my far left. Tell us your name, your character's name, and what's your job on the ship.
My name's Tom. My character is a thief. His name is Pockets.
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 Nice.
And I didn't know I was working on the ship, so I guess I stole a ticket for the ship. And I'm like Leonardo DiCaprio, who'd got on the Titanic at the last seconds.
Of course.
And now you're in love with a troll lady. That's me.
That's
I'm Johnny. I'm playing Alistair Vondercont, a dwarven bard and the ship's scribe. He loves gold and women and stories.
My name is James. I am playing Geoffrey Wigglebottom, a human sorcerer, an all-round legend, and he is the head of the research department's assistant/professional rapper.
My real name is Neil. My character's name is Nigella, and she is the quartermaster's assistant.
Assistant club.
Woo.
We pick up as our party is just set sail on rough seas in this small sailboat with this Katafu woman. Tall, strong, broad-shouldered, hair slicked back, and the smell of last night's beer and alcohol and stomach contents fill the ship as the hungover members of the party have thrown up. What were you two gentlemen doing before this moment back on the mainland?
I was trying to pick his pocket.
He's currently not with you, he's on the ship.
Oh, but they were at the bar, weren't they?
You were at the bar, yeah. Okay. What were you doing?
Was I with them on land?
They have set sail on a ship, You are currently back with the rest of the crew on mainland.
Okay. I was sleeping.
Asleep. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did I pick his pocket?
Give me 1 second. We'll see.
Yeah, he'll never know. He's gone away in this boat. Wait, what?
Make a quick sleight of hand check for us.
Yes. 24.
Last night you managed to slip some items out of Alistair's pocket. Some gold that he had made busking. As you're there admiring your steel, you get the tang of metal in your mouth. The hairs on the back of your neck stand on end, and a golden flash encapsulates your whole body as you find yourself next to Geoffrey and Alistair on a boat that currently reeks of vomit. You wake up. Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Nigella, good to see you again. Oh God.
Can you please point him over the side of the ship? You're on a small sailboat, probably big enough for about 4 or 5 people. These two are currently being violently ill, a mix of being hungover and seasick, which is a bad thing for sailors.
It's not really seasick, it's just more the kind of rough motion of the boat just set off the hangover. We've all been there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Don't tell the captain.
I start patting his back.
Put the goal back in.
I'll take more out.
Make a slight hand
No,
check.
I'm on the dry heaves now.
28.
Still siphon some more gold coins out of his pocket.
I'm going to that because you're just vomiting on the deck, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna just move him to the side of the ship whilst he's throwing up all over.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thanks, Nigella. You know, I know we haven't spoken much, but I find you really attractive. Oh, God.
Good to know.
As you sail on after about an hour, you see a small island appear on the horizon. You see multiple dead trees along the coastline and a sand that is black and inky. Can I get a perception check from everyone? Can we have the mix of like creepy with some rain? Critical fail.
He's busy. I got an 8, so I assume I'm...
You two are too busy being ill.
I assume the vomiting stopped.
The vomiting has
the
stopped.
sweating hasn't.
The sweating and the clammy hands and the pounding headache still rings through your mind.
Good job I bought a small bottle of wine.
10.
What was 10?
25.
25. What you see, Nigella, as you make your way towards the island, that there is multiple juts of rock that come out from the coast, somewhere that would potentially be easy enough to duck up upon. You also see this black inky sand. You hear the squelch of mud and ooze. And just off in the distance, near the mouth of this small stream, you see multiple humanoid figures. You pull up, and the Katafu woman who guided you gestures for you to get off the boat. I'll be back in a day to pick you up. Good luck.
Cheers, Hishan.
Oh,
Thanks, Ishan.
sorry, did we dock where the other rock figures were?
You're about 100 feet away from them. Along the coastline, there are multiple pools of mud and ooze. You look out across the landscape, and you see nothing but dead, curled and gnarled trees. The rain is beginning to come down heavily.
You said we heard mud squelching?
Mud squelching as the tide hits the sand, bringing up this thick, dense silt
Okay.
and mud.
So it wasn't like someone walking.
No, it wasn't like footsteps.
Okay, I'm gonna say we're probably gonna want to take shelter.
It's just a bit of rain. Let's just go and kill some things.
There is the bodies.
The boys?
The bodies.
Oh, the bodies. Well,
That's grizzly.
let's not hide under them.
We're here to research the dead bodies.
Let's go. Let's have a little look around. I'll use some of my researchy skills.
To refresh you of your mission, you are looking for an individual.
Yeah.
A
If
long
we can-
forgotten priest of the order of Katafu.
If we can work out what happened to the dead people, that might give us a clue of what we're facing there.
Of course.
Does anyone have any sort of medicine skill?
I've got +1. I've got +3.
You're the best. Do you have like bardic knowledge as well? Maybe that'll help.
I have plenty of body knowledge. None of it is useful.
Good. Fantastic.
Can I look at the bodies?
You make your way down the beach towards this pile of dead humanoids. As you approach, you see them to be multiple young Katafu. These troll-like individuals stand easily about 8 foot tall, but their bodies are slung against the beach, being sunk into the mud. All of them in multiple states of decay. But they are. Do they look? Make a medicine check.
18.
I got a natural 20.
Their bodies are swole, which means that they've taken on a lot of water. They drown.
They drowned.
That was kind of what the ritual was. They had to be submerged in water, didn't they? If they came back, then they would quickly returned. So they drowned and then washed up on this island for some reason.
You look around and there are ones in multiple states of decay. There are some that are now just completely skeletal. The flesh is either rotted away or been picked away by birds or other animals. The rest are on their way there.
Are they all naked or do they have clothes?
They are all naked. You remember from the initiation ceremony that it's traditional that they do the ceremony completely naked.
Right, let's head on in.
Can I get investigation checks?
5.
15.
8.
Critical thing.
Good.
You begin to search through the bodies, and Alistair, you turn one over, and it looks oddly like Jeffrey.
Jeffrey,
Mm-hmm.
a moment, if you will.
Yeah.
You seeing this?
You look down, and you see this individual, clearly a Katafu,
Yeah.
but their face is almost identical to yours.
Okay.
As you say this, the eyes bolt open
That's.
and they reach out for you. We go into combat order.
I was going to say I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp on it just to see if it's still alive because I remember what someone else said to me before. That's fine.
Okay, so they get a surprise round on you.
I was just saying I'm not surprised if it's going to jump over me.
Sorry, mate.
That's fine.
One is a critical fail, so as it reaches up, you step out of the way, but it finds its footing. Will a 21 hit you?
Of course it will.
And will a
Yes.
13 hit you?
No.
No. So it gets one attack with its claws. As it reaches up and scrapes across your chest, you take 14 slashing damage, and that's it.
Okay, good.
You see now bodies on the other side. Another one of these individuals gets up. Looks clearly Katafu, but is making its way towards you. What's your dexterity score?
It's +4.
Your actual score, the number next to it.
Oh, 18.
18?
14.
11.
14.
Okay, can I get you two to roll a d6 and tell me who rolls the higher?
I got 3.
I got 4.
6.
6. Sorry, one moment. You got 3?
I got 3.
You got 4. Okay, so Okay, so starting off the round, remind me your character's name one last time?
Pockets.
Pockets.
There's always in
Pockets.
them.
You see this commotion begin on this pile of dead bodies as this creature steps up with long, deep black claws, rakes across Wigglebottom's chest. What will you do?
And he looks like Wigglebottom,
He looks like Wigglebottom.
But bigger.
Alright, I take my short bow. Which one's the real one?
The naked one.
You woke up naked this morning, Alan.
So everyone wakes up naked. They sleep naked.
I shoot the monstrous one.
You shoot the monstrous from. Roll your attack roll for me.
17.
17 does not hit. The arrow strikes its shoulder and you see it dig into this thick layer of mud that coats the entirety of this creature's body, and you see the mud just fall off with the arrow, doing no damage. Up next, Alistair.
I'm gonna try and make it laugh.
Okay,
Send in the clown.
what are you doing to make it laugh?
I'm going to say, Jeffrey. Hopefully both of them will turn to
They both do. Do you turn to look?
No.
Your eyes. The real Jeffrey's eyes are locked on this creature, but it looks over to you with a snarl.
My goodness, you're ugly. Not you, though. And I point to the monstrous one. Talking to that one.
Okay,
never
you're
miss.
casting hideous laughter.
Yes,
Okay.
but a really roundabout way.
Yes. What's your saving throw for that one? 16. It fails, and as you point your finger out and tell your joke, a small crackle of electrical energy emanates from your fingertip as the creature breaks down in laughter and is incapacitated. Which means that an incapacitated monster cannot take any actions or reactions. So it's there, buckled over, laughing its berry laughter, and as it does, you see its form shift. You see a toad-like head with deep grey scales all over its body, and from its head you see a large rhinoceros horn appear. These deep green eyes flick open as you hear as this creature is laughing uncontrollably, slobber covering the ground. Anything you want to do with the rest of your turn as a bonus action?
I will inspire Jeffrey with a little verse that I've written.
Of course.
How does it go?
A verse for the sorcerer Jeffrey, who challenges all, even death. He is keen with his wits, and his magical mitts create such a murderous medley.
Limerick. I love limericks. I'm so inspired.
Okay, take 1d10 inspiration die that you can add to any of your d20 rolls
I will.
within the next 10 minutes of gameplay.
Okay.
Okay, so up next, Nigella.
So, how many animated at the moment? It's just one.
You see two.
Two. There's one that's been incapacitated and there's another
One that's been incapacitated, the other is making its way across this pile of dead body and skeletal bones towards the pie.
Right, I'm going to go after it.
Okay, you make your way forward. Describe what you do to attack this creature. Is it your signature?
Sword, yeah.
Twist.
Twist, pull, yeah. Slash.
Excellent.
Actually, no, I'm going to do something slightly different this time.
Ooh.
I'm going to try and hack its head off.
Oh, okay. Make your first attack roll for me.
16 plus 11.
Plus 27 to hit, people. Yep,
Does that hit?
that will hit for sure. Roll damage for me.
14.
14. You come down with your blade onto this creature's shoulder, and its thick, dense hide, you dig into it. You see this deep purpley black blood begin to run down its shoulder as it snarls at you from this humanoid mouth as it switches into a very familiar form of the other one. This toad-like creature with a rhinoceros horn, covered in these deep grey scales and blinking green eyes. So, what damage was it, sorry?
It was 14.
14. Wow. Okay, so excellent. You bring the blade down and dig into its shoulder. You still have 2 more attacks.
I am now going to withdraw and this time stab and twist.
Okay, make your attack roll for me. Okay. You come in for the next strike. Prepared for it, this creature rakes the blade away with its claws, sadly making no purchase. Make your final attack roll for me.
And this one, yeah, I'll just do the same.
Okay.
28.
28 will most definitely hit. You come in again with another stab, and it digs into this creature's lower abdomen as you twist. Roll damage. 17. Nice one. Alright. So, the blade pierces in, and once again you see this deep black blood begin to roll down its side. Alright. Wigglebottom.
Steps up to the plate.
Yep.
So again, I'm going to quicken spell.
Yep.
Knocking off 2 sorcery points to cast mirror image on myself.
That makes you harder to hit. Smart move.
It does indeed. And then for my full action, I'm going to chain lightning the poop out of both of them.
Okay, so at the very beginning of your turn, you reach deep inside yourself to this sorcerer's blood that runs through your body, and you quicken one of your spells, and instantly you look over, and Jeffrey Wigglesbottom's form is not clear. It shifts back and forth as he raises his hands up for another spell. What is chain lightning? How does it work?
So basically, I create a bolt of lightning that goes towards a target, and then up to 3 bolts leap from that target to as many as 3 other targets.
Okay.
Each of which must be within 30 feet. Is the other one within 30 feet?
Yes, it is.
Cool. So it will.
It's about 20 foot away.
It will go to that one, and they've got to make a dexterity saving throw to take half.
What's your spell DC?
I don't know if it's gone up or not. Currently,
It wouldn't have.
so 17.
17.
Yeah.
That is 1 failure and 1 pass. So let's say the one directly in front of you that's laughing uncontrollably fails, and the one that is currently engaged in battle with Nigella passes.
I would like. Can I have some D8s, please?
D8, you most certainly can. There's one.
If I have 5, then I'll just roll them twice.
One more. There we go.
Perfect. So, let's do some damage. Oh, that's a lot of 8s and 1s. Okay, so that's 18, 21.
21, okay.
Plus, this is so good. 21, plus 5, that's 26. 32, 32 plus 6 is 38. 38 plus 6 is 44. Plus 8 is 52. Because it's lightning, I add my charisma modifier, so I add an extra 5 onto that, which means it's 55 points of damage to the one in front of me, and 27 points to the other one.
27. Wow, okay.
Boy got skills.
Boy has got them mad skills.
Not just rap skills.
So, he gestures up in front of him, and you can't tell which one is casting the spell, but there's this large crack of electrical energy that emanates from the fingertips, striking the laughing creature in its chest. As it chuckles back and forth, you see the lightning dance between the lips as it bolts over towards the other one. Just about ducking out of the way, it catches the shoulder, taking half damage. That's the end of your turn?
Yes.
Alright, so to start off, it is going to look over. The one that's currently laughing is going to retempt its wisdom saving throw against hideous laughter. Fails again, so this creature is remaining laughing, bent over, just chuckling away to itself in this hideous maniacal laughter. Then the next one is going to, seeing you in front of it, fly up. As it casts the spell, its feet that are like these long, duck-like feet, covered in grey scales, turn into small tornadoes, and it flies up into the air. You get an attack of opportunity.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yep.
Take it.
Just like a normal attack.
I'll just attack. 17.
17 misses. As you strike out with your sword, it just flies out of the way, and as it does, it points its finger down towards you. You see a small spark of red energy as it flies towards you. Can I get a dexterity saving throw? 10 fails as the small red spark hits your chest, expanding outwards as you are engulfed in this fireball.
Oh, no.
21. You take 34 points of fire damage as you are engulfed in these flames. That's the end of its turn. It goes back to Pocket.
Okay, so what's going on? There's a frog guy. And
There
a
are two frog
tornado
guides.
bird.
There are two frog guys, one that's currently bent over, laughing uncontrollably to itself, locked in combat with Jeffrey and Alistair. The other one, which Nigella was locked in combat, has begun to fly and has cast a fireball down at Nigella, which has engulfed her.
Okay. So the one, the frog thing, how tall are they? How big?
They stand around 7 foot tall.
So their mouth's quite like.
Yeah, they're... How can I describe it's...
Pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna try and jump into his mouth. And have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Drax-
I'm wearing a t-shirt.
I'm doing that. Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
I try that.
you try that.
Pockets is a pickpocket. He's not
Yeah.
ready for today.
Make an acrobatics check for me.
Okay. 23.
You see this small halfling make his way between you two individuals and leap into this creature's mouth as it laughs maniacally, now with a small halfling in its mouth. What are you gonna do?
Just gonna grab the knife.
With your knife, one in either hand, you get 2 attacks.
Yes. Okay. Is this a sneak attack? It's coming from the inside.
Rule of cool, yeah, sure, why not? You're gonna regret this, Pocket.
That was a 23. And 10.
So what was the first one, sorry?
23.
23 will hit. It's with the dagger, so it's 1d4.
This one.
Oh, I've only got a rapier. Oh.
Oh, in that case, it's just with the rapier. You only get 1 attack then, and I'll allow it this one to be the attack.
Add you sneak attack as well.
And you add your sneak attack, which at this point is 66.
Okay. 6.
Yep.
8. 10. 11.
Yep.
12.
Yep.
14.
14. Okay. And you did 14 damage, sorry?
That's right.
Okay. You bring this rapier down through this creature's lower jaw as it's still laughing maniacally with an with you in its mouth. The muffled laughter fills the air. Can I get a dexterity saving throw from you?
Well, I was gonna ask, for my bonus action, I can disengage. Can I just kind of go?
You want to get out of its mouth? Yeah, sure. You can get out of its mouth with a disengage action.
Yes! I do that.
Okay. As quickly as this halfling entered its mouth, you see a blade poke through this creature's cheek, and then he falls out and runs away.
That seems very convoluted.
I thought that thing was a pocket, so I went in.
Ribbit. Okay. Alistair, you're up.
The guy is flying.
Yeah.
Would I recognize it as a spell or as something?
It appears to be some form of spell, yes.
I'm gonna cast spell magic on flying.
Okay. Roll your d20, add your charisma modifier and your proficiency bonus. So add 4, add 4.
Okay. 12 plus 8.
So,
20.
explain how your spell takes effect for me. What does it look like?
I see it flying and I go, ooh, that looks like a spell. And do some little enchantment. And from my fingers, it goes like a beam of light.
This bright beam of light emanates from your hand as you reach up towards this creature, and the small tornadoes that have formed around its feet disappear. It takes 12 points of falling damage as it plummets towards the beach. Excellent. As this creature falls and hits the ground, Nigella, it's prone in front of you. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and kill it.
Okay, you make
Smart.
3 attacks, all with advantage.
Can I roll mine as well?
Both 22.
Both will hit.
But you remember your advantage, so you just roll whatever is highest to get that one.
So 25,
That will hit.
26.
Yep.
And 26.
Okay, so all 3 of your attacks hit. Roll damage for me and tell me all the damage you do and how you deal it.
Okay, first one, I'm going to just go for the slashed wound again that I did first, but stab and twist.
Of course,
there,
yeah.
At the furthest point I went into.
Okay.
I have done 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay, so that's there.
Next one, I'm going to go for its eye.
Okay.
And skewer and twist. And that is 16.
Yep.
And then the other eye, which is also 16.
Okay. Excellent. So, dealing huge amounts of damage to this creature, you come down with multiple stabs, piercing its body in several places. You see this deep black blood begin to filter into the sand below. That's the end of your turn, unless you've got anything else you want to do.
I'm gonna try. Can I try and observe if it seems to still be moving?
It is still moving.
Okay.
It's still alive.
Okay. I'm going to try and, if I can, just position myself in a way that I'm not in any direct line with its fingers or anything to try and cast it.
Okay, that's fine. Wigglebottom, you're up.
Yes, I am. So we've got 2. They both look a bit battered now.
They're both looking quite rough.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to do the same thing again.
Okay.
Chain lightning.
Chain lightning.
Chain lightning, my new favourite spell.
Okay, so you reach out towards the one in front of you, and it passes. And the one that's currently on the floor also passes. They both take half damage.
Wow. Good job, I'm such a dab hand with D8s. That's not going to be my new muscle. Not bad. That is 10 plus 11, so that's 21.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. that's not good at all. I spoke too soon. Plus another 13, so that's 34
34.
plus 5, so
39.
19 points apiece.
Yep. Ooh. Okay. They are looking pretty rough, actually.
Crispy.
It's now their turn. And as you look over towards them now, when their movement begins, you see some of their wounds heal as the mud covers its body, healing up some of the wounds. The one that's currently locked in combat with you guys is going to re-attempt its saving throw. Passes, is no longer maniacally laughing, but that is the end of its turn. The one that you are currently engaged with, Nigella, looks up towards you with multiple stab wounds. A smile creeps across its face as it gestures. There's a swirl of purple, chaotic, almost planier energy, and it disappears without a trace.
Do I see that?
Yes.
Can I roll Arcana to work out if I know what spell it is?
Roll an Arcana check very quickly.
17.
17. It appears to be some form of teleportation magic, but it's not like Dimension Door. It's more powerful than that. Thank you very much. Pocket, you're up. This creature has stopped maniacally laughing and stands up straight.
Jump in its mouth. I tried talking to him.
What do you say to him?
This is an investigation. This might be a key witness. Kind of jumped to conclusions here.
When you attacked me, you do what you want to do.
I flash my badge. I go, Officer Pockets. State your business.
Make a persuasion check.
Did he even know English?
You don't know.
Oh no. Well, it's a high 12.
It's a high 12. It's the upper end of the 12.
It was a solid 12.
I have a big pint of beer.
It looks at you. Its head tilts slightly. No response.
I flick him one of my gold pieces. Okay.
That looks familiar.
As it just slides down the mud on its body.
Dang.
Okay. That's your turn.
That's my turn.
Was that an officer trying to bribe a witness?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alistair.
I am going to. I'm just going to shoot it with my crossbow.
I'm going to
Never
shoot it with your crossbow.
Never use my crossbow.
You are locked in combat with it. The attack is at disadvantage. Ranged attacks, when right in front of you, are disadvantaged because it's very easy for them to knock it out of the way.
Okay. Yeah, I do hit it.
You raise up your crossbow, and when the creature sees it, it knocks it out of the way. The bolt goes flying off into the distance towards the swamp.
I look very upset with it.
Nigella, the creature you are in combat with and taking serious blows into, has disappeared.
Can I basically do a perception to try and see if I can work out where it's gone to?
Absolutely, make a perception check. There is absolutely no trace of this creature. Where you were expecting, if it went invisible, to see footprints in the stand, there are none. It is gone.
Okay, I am going to ready my sword in preparedness for attack and basically gradually, carefully move towards the other combat, just
Okay.
keeping my guard up in case I get attacked by it.
Okay. So, sword and shield at the ready, you begin to back away, keeping your eyes peeled for anything that moves towards you. Wigglebottom, you're up.
Seems I'm the only one that seems to be trying to kill this thing, rather than bribe it or flirt with it. I am going to cast water breathing and jump. No, I'm going to cast blight on it, please.
Constitution saving throw?
I believe so.
Fails. Actually, wait, it has advantage.
What is it with blight?
Natural ability, but it rolls a 7 anyway, so you're fine.
Good. Let me just double check. It's a level 4 spell.
It's 8d8 necrotic damage.
Yeah, I love my D8s, baby. How many?
8d8.
8d8. Cool. It's not going well today. That's 10.
Yep.
Plus, that's better. 10 plus, that's 20, 34.
34 points of damage. That's impressive.
Thank you. The D8 is my friend.
As you reach your hand out, what does this spell look like?
Hang on 2 seconds. Somebody go sneeze at it. And it looks like a kind of weird reddish gas that kind of covers its body and kind of goes in its nostrils if it breathes, for example.
Okay. So,
Like a plague upon its
you
person.
do a small incantation, and the gesture looks just like a sneeze as this creature is covered in this deep blackish red smoke that goes in through its eyes and nose and mouth and ears, and you see it retch in pain. So now the creatures go. It forces off the smoke, looks out towards you, laughs, gestures,
No.
and disappears. Combat will end.
I have a feeling we'll be seeing them later.
You might be right.
I just go around the other corpses and start going.
You see this
That's
small
you stabbing, not nicking stuff.
You see this small
Two
halfling
hands.
going
Milking
around
cow.
stabbing
multiple.
these multiple naked corpses.
I'm going to stand back and watch.
I want to win
just let.
something.
Play him a song.
No.
As you're standing there on this beach, you see that these corpses are piled around a small river mouth that leads into the island. You look across and you see a thick, dense marsh. Multiple dead trees hang. What does the party want to do?
How did these cheese die?
Make a nature check.
16.
I got 20.
As you observe these trees and make a check on them, there's something very strange about this place. The water runs thick and black with silt and ooze. This place is overrun with what feels like death. Thank you very much.
We're in Glasgow.
I think we should try and head towards the river because it seems like if they're kind of piling up around there, it might lead us to where the source of this infection comes from.
That's good.
And as the chief of research's assistant, I think I should know the call on that. You already said it was good. We already said it was good. I ruined it at the end. I'm sorry. Let's go.
Okay. As you're moving forward, can I get a survival check from everyone?
Critical fail.
Crit fail!
7. 17.
16.
You make your way across this as best as you can. This place is thick and dense with mud and rot. You force your way through knee-deep mud into this island. Following the river along, the trees become more and more frequent and larger. They hang over with decay.
Just point out, I'm waiting for a tree to attack us. That's number one priority.
You say knee deep, but I'm a halfling. So whose knee
Waist
are we
deep
with?
for you.
You're on Nigella's back, like
Yeah.
Yoda.
If you want to do that, I am happy for you to do that.
Can I do it?
Yeah, let's all just pile on my back.
It's quite light, Nigella.
Make a strength check.
No, I'm not going to go on her back.
You sure?
I've got respect for her
Do you want to go on my back?
Yeah, I'll go your back.
and all women. FYI.
Strength check. is
Special shot.
what's it? 17.
No problem, you carry this halfling on your back. As you
Actually,
make your
more.
way forward,
Fine.
you
That's a
come to an area that is a thick, dense bog. There are no clear pathways through. What does the party do?
Does anyone know anything about traversing bogs? Can we go around it?
How strong are you guys?
Not very.
Not very strong at all.
Exactly average, I would say.
I am relatively strong. aren't I?
Yes.
Could those three do something like 1, 2, and then whoop, and throw me
No,
above tree level, and I could like get a
Can you
view
not
of
just
the-
climb a tree?
It's a team building exercise.
Yes, build camaraderie. So I can break it down.
You can get one of those like circus things. And you
Your job and shit should be head of HR. That's what it should be.
I can dimension door you 500 feet into the air. Oh! 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 I cast dimension door myself really high in the sky, exactly, and then cast featherfall as I fall back down, so I can get a lay of the land.
Okay,
Not exactly 500 feet in the air, 'cause that's quite high.
Do you want to give us a heads up so I could try and catch you? If you
I
fail?
don't need you to catch me, don't worry, Nigella, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go boop and bop up there, and then I'm going to slowly like surf back down again.
of course you are.
Unless something terrible happens. Just
So,
try and catch me just in
How
case.
high up are you dimension dooring?
How high are the trees?
How high are the trees? The trees are the ones you see around you, maximum about 10 foot tall. They're all black and dead with decay.
Is there any gaps in the trees?
There are multiple gaps in the trees. The trees are fairly sparse.
In that case, I'm going to go so I don't land in a tree.
Yep.
And dimension door, let's say. Hang on, let me just check for the fall through.
I climb a tree and I don't burn 3 spell slots.
Make an acrobatics check.
It's 10-2, and when I come back, I'll have them back again. Better gaming, guys.
30. I just jump up there.
You literally, with no problem at all, find purchase on the nearest tree and make your way up to the top, at which point you hear a as the tree falls, unable to support your weight.
What?
You see inside that this is just dead. You see multiple insects making their way through this newly appeared stump. Can I get a dexterity saving
I
throw?
cast, as a reaction, I cast Featherfall on him because he's within 60 feet.
Oh, okay. You float to the ground, no
I feel
problem.
like a fool.
Whilst this is going on, I want to just say I want to be prepared with my sword, ready to attack anything that comes at us.
I
Okay.
dimension door 200 feet in the air.
200 feet in the air.
That's easily doable, and then cast Featherfall on myself as I come back down.
Okay.
To try and
Describe how your dimension door looks.
So it's kind of like it's a little bit like I can't remember. So basically, like electricity kind of covers my body, and then it kind of like a pop out of existence, and the same thing happens. A little bit like Dr. Manhattan
Okay.
in Watchmen. You all know. Yeah.
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 I think everyone here is a sufficient and enough nerd to
Yeah.
hear of the famous comic The Watchmen.
Yeah. It's quite obscure. I don't know if you've all
Yeah, like, oh,
watched
I'm
it or
so
seen
edgy.
The film.
Did you tell us you were doing this, or did you
Yeah, I've
see
told
you
everyone-
self-destruct?
No, I told Nigella because I don't like her worrying about me. She worries about me a lot.
The electrical energy covers your body as you appear 200 foot in the air. Make a perception check.
Cool.
Four.
There's something incredibly disorientating about being this high up in the air. As you begin to fall, you do see the entirety of the island, but you're falling at quite a rate.
I'm probably just enjoying the kind of new game I've invented.
Yeah. What are you going to call it?
Parachuting. Free fall. We'll call it free fall.
Free fall.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to cast Featherfall on yourself?
Yeah.
Alright, so you cast Featherfall on yourself. Make a secondary perception check as you are now slightly better.
50.
Okay, you get a view of this island, and as the river heads up into it, It goes through this thick, dense bog. Further in, you see a tree much larger than all the others, but also clearly dead. Its branches droop with decay, and just beyond that, you see a small stone ridge. And that's where we're going to finish things off for this hour of Adventurers One. I'm going to hand back over to our SM Chloe.
Oh, I just realised something.
What?
You do end it there. The next person who pops in is going to pop in,
Yeah?
falling to the ground.
There's going to be some
And
perfect.
It's most likely going to be a fighter who has no magic.
and none of you will know what I found.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for everyone watching on the stream. We are live streaming this on twitch.tv/Adventurers Wanted. We're also live tweeting at Adventurers250. You're more than welcome to come back, see where the adventure goes. You can buy player tickets so you can get involved in the adventure yourself. I'm going to throw to a couple of the guys here now who are actually working on other shows at the Fringe.
Hello, I am in a show called Heartwood. It is a puppet musical about a little girl going through grief. It is on at midday every single day at Venue 13, and it's really good.
I have two shows that you might be interested in. One is the Tinder games. That doesn't come across. You might not be interested in that. It's a lot of different times, lots of different places. So I take a flyer, and it's just me trying to find true love for some lonely comedians with the help of dating apps. Also, the much better one, this How to Be a Winner at 2:30, in which I recreate every 90s game show in an hour. You literally have to take a flyer, otherwise this is going to be really awkward.
And because I forgot to say, we will be here from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. every day, except the 24th and 25th. Grant, we've now got a quick turnaround to our next hour, so it's just that the way you came through, but just one final thank you to our GM and our players.
Are you sure you can't stick around with the bottom?
I might be able to,
Come
probably
on.
not.